So this is the continuation of the video part 1, which we were doing, that rocket propulsion, the system of variable mass. So the equation which we got in the last lecture is v minus v naught is equals to plus u log base e m naught upon m. This is the equation which we got for the velocity of the rocket. If suppose I will bring this velocity here, so our final velocity equation can be written as v naught plus u log base e m naught upon m. So in this case equation, what we can do, usually initial velocity of the rocket at time t is equals to 0, means we can keep this v naught term is equals to 0, because initially the rocket at time t is equals to 0, the initial velocity we assume that it is 0. So after keeping this v naught as equals to 0, we can write down v is equals to u log e m naught upon m. So this is the velocity of the this equation gives us the velocity of the rocket at time t is, when the initial time at time t is equals to 0. So hence we conclude that velocity of the rocket at any time is directly proportional to the exhaust speed of the gas. Means we can say that velocity of the rocket is directly proportional to the exhaust speed of the, that is u, of the gases, and natural log of the ratio of initial mass of the rocket to the mass at that instant of time. So we have to note one point here. So the exhaust gases, as the exhaust gases escape, okay, the residual mass m of the rocket decreases with respect to time. Means if the time will pass, the exhaust gases will escape out. Gradually what will happen, our mass m, that is this mass, is gonna gradually decrease with respect to time. So therefore the velocity of the rocket increases with time. If this mass will gonna decrease, so how this mass this equation will gonna affect it, our velocity gradually will gonna increase our mass if our mass will gonna decrease. Hence the motion of the rocket can be called as accelerated motion, because the velocity is changing with respect to time due to the gradual decrease of this mass. So this motion of the rocket can be termed as accelerated motion. Okay, if I will write down the final velocity, okay, when means if I will take the base as 10 log 10, if I will count as base as 10, so what the velocity, how the velocity equation gonna change, what we need to multiply, we need to multiply 2.303 u into log to the base 10 m naught upon m. This as can also be written as one of the form. So burnt out speed of the rocket is the speed attained by the rocket when the whole fuel of the rocket has been burnt. What is this burnt out speed? Means when the rocket is the speed attained by the rocket. Means what is the speed which is attained by the rocket when the whole of the fuel, means whole fuel will be burned out and escaped out from the rocket. So obviously we can say that it is the maximum velocity acquired by the rocket when the whole fuel of the rocket has been used. So what is the residual mass? I can write down the residual mass in place of m. What I will write? I will write mr. That is known as residual mass of the rocket, which is equal to the mass of the empty container of the fuel. Can I write down this mass of the empty container of the fuel? Container of fuel. Why I can write so? Because this is the mass which is left out in the rocket, and that it will be definitely, it will be equal to the empty container of the fuel. So from here we can write down one more equation or one more form of the velocity formula, that is known as VB. And what is this VB called as? This VB is called as burnt out speed of the rocket. So this can be calculated with the formula 2.303 log 10 into m naught upon mr, where mr is the residual mass of the rocket when the whole fuel is burnt out. And how much the thrust thrust of the rocket which is felt, or the thrust which is applied on the rocket. So in this case, if I want to find out the thrust on the rocket, means if we want to calculate what is it, how much thrust which is applied on the rocket, so it is the force basically with which the rocket moves upward. Means how much thrust the force, or the force the rocket is getting from the earth. So dividing the equation, that the previous equation which we got by small, means this equation m into dv is equals to minus u into dm. If we will divide this equation with small interval of time, that is dt, means let us divide this whole equation in the left hand side as well as dt, and with at the right hand side as well as dt. So we know that as dv upon dt can be written as a, so here I can write down ma. In this case, if I will put, so minus dm upon dt is the variable mass quantity. Okay, so here we what we can write down, m into a, that is the force. So in the left hand side I am keeping it as it is, that is the variable mass term, and here in this ma can be also be written as force, because we know that from the Newton's second law. So for F will be equals to minus u dm upon dt. So this is, we are getting that force is equals to minus u into dm upon dt. So this negative sign indicates that the thrust on the rocket is upward, that is in the direction opposite to the direction of the escaping of the gases. Means if the velocity u that we are taking, that in the case of upward, so the force or the thrust which we are getting is opposite to the thrust felt by the rocket from the ground. So negative sign indicates the thrust on the rocket is upward. So ignoring negative sign, we find that thrust on the rocket at any instant of the time is the product of the velocity of the escape of the fuel gases with respect to the rocket and the rate of combustion of the fuel. Means the thrust depends on two things, that is u and dm upon dt. Means at which rate our fuel is burning, and as well as that is the velocity, means we can say that the escape velocity of the fuels which are burning out. Okay, so the thrust which is felt by the rocket in the terms of force can depends on the two things. If effect of the gravity on the motion of the rocket were taken into account, it means in this whole derivation we have ignored the effect of the gravity. So but if they were taken into account, the upward thrust on the rocket will gonna decrease. But how much it gonna decrease? Of course, if the thrust the rocket is getting in the upward direction, and our mg always, the weight or the gravity always works in the downward direction, so our this much thrust is gonna decrease by how much amount? This thrust is gonna decrease by mg amount. So however, because of the large values of the u, large values of the velocity escape of the gases, okay, and the dm upon dt, the effect of gravity, we can say the effect of gravity is negligible in this case. So this was all about the derivation of the rocket propulsion. The whole derivation is divided in two parts, part 1 and part 2. If you want to know the whole concept, please go through both the videos. Now is left that in the next video we will start with the friction concept and the equilibrium of concurrent forces. Thank you.